they did last game, getting some early advantages, putting down better vision before the fights, and then managing to close the distance on the backline, where JDG's frontline failed to protect them. Set it back in there, so Q can't even walk up to the wave net. That's a problem. Wave can get frozen without the teleport. In fact, what might need to happen is WWE might need to recall. They'll spot him out with a sweeping out. They don't actually. Oh, Cube!
Oh, boy. And the step down on Gwen, but the Ignite does the work anyway. The 3 talent strike knockup comes on down, and Monkey see, Monkey don't.
I mean, I guess it's just like, we talked about the whole, like, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Turns out 2 JDG members is enough versus a Wukong to win this one fight. It's a little bit more even than the gorilla challenge. Hook lands very deep there, but it's pulled that vampire out of position a little bit.
I'll tell you can't get the Akathian range through the Unbreakable. It ends up being a bit even. Now, Paige gets the ability to relentless pursuit forward.
Realm
That's
Warp.
appropriate. Realm Warp now coming on down. The Arcblade's already landed. Flash on forward. Rune Prison comes on down, and Taeyu is arrested by the strong arm of Braum's Law.
Good use of the global there from Scout, and the early game starts to fall apart.
Racing.
I'll use the W to stay safe on the tower here. On the whole, I do quite like Ari into Gwen, by the way. You often have good ways to disengage as long as you... It's kind of like the Fizz conundrum, and that can be the case with stuff like the Gwen if you press the W on it, or counter-strike into something, or like riposte into counter-strike debris. That's a big fight into mid lane. Now, what?
Into the dredge line, and unfortunately, you're in a dredge line world, living in a, well, bot lane dive world, and he dies a horrible death. I forget where it's...
Shun stops the recall. Shun... Oh, Taeyu doesn't have flash. That's a problem.
Taeyu's going to end up getting knocked into the air multiple times. The wind becomes lightning and spikes the Kai'Sa into the dirt.
What? Okay, W are meant to be the team. Doesn't have... Well, he isn't bringing a flash. Where's his W? He might need it. Monkey's run over.
Turn to Monkey. Out comes the depth charge. The Hallowed Mist, and Ala is safe on sanctified ground for a moment or two. We'll try and skip the flash away, but there's a charm waiting, and Gwen can't wait to meet her hero.
JDG not tracking the map very well. Another time in this series where they've been
down and should actually get first turret off, which is good news for them. We're going to see that traded, so that's pretty good news. Karis gets a lot of that gold.
Around. Resets coming through. Dragon coming onto the table. First item for everyone except top laners who've put a little more money into their boots instead. Would be second dragon over towards JDG. W would not like to see those dragons get stacked up.
What kind of boost they buy? They're like Chanel.
Yeah, you know, like Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi, when he has his Chanel boots. Like those are the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
By the way, like that's something Star Wars got right. The boots look really cool. Like they're like the riding boots, which basically no one wears, but like. I'm just saying,
cool.
If it was more socially acceptable, off HP, that could have been so much worse. Gets the half the cooldown back as well, missing. Has the successful opposition, doesn't put the shield up just yet, doesn't need to teleport in from the Gwen.
50% success rate, but how Vampire is overstaying to flash away, put the depth charge down. Paige somehow is on a bit of August Bond, and in comes Taeyu following up on Monkey's Cyclone. They bring down the Lucian. We said they'd have a long way to get a hold of it. Taeyu has to flash away. Monkey now in danger himself, getting stacked up on the Braum passive. All the while in the river, Shun gets a hold of Vampire, stakes him with the spear. I suppose that'll do as an improvised way to get to the heart. Monkey goes down them. Wukong, nothing left to do. Taeyu now in danger, has got nowhere to go. They all went so deep for Paige, and they're regretting it now as Karis needs to run very fast. Flee, little fox, flee! As Gwen gets the kill.
Run for your lives! As they all go down, a 5-for-1. As this is exactly what we mentioned earlier. Get a little bit quick journey in there. Doesn't actually need this to kill the turret completely. Loses half of the HP. A bit of a wasted charge there. Would have been fine anyway. Gonna charge the inner one for good luck.
He does that. Pulls away. Get that door coming on up. Makes it a bit problematic.
That's half his HP again. You can't afford to lose that kind of HP. Going again. Why are we going on the Braum?
Gonna try and find that wind becomes lightning. Monkey trying to back on out there, but again they went on the Braum and missing just doesn't care.
That is the least valuable target you can dive onto. It's going to lose in the mid lane inner turret because they just lost half their engaged support HP and the Cyclone, which is so critical for killing the carries in the backline. WE losing their heads around the Herald, and now in this mid lane defense. This is the kind of panic which JDG had in the last game where the game was falling apart and they didn't find a way to stabilize. WE, they're a game up in the series, but that doesn't mean you get to fling your engage around so loosely like that.
Oh, hang on, it's a bit dicey. Karis also coming on up. Flash burn by Cube. Ola has not got the ignite left. Wind becomes lightning available, but doesn't quite land. And they do get that kill onto the Gwen. Important. Karis now with the reset and wait for another charm. Gonna be up in a second or two. Looks for an angle, can't quite find it.
They have the grubs. They have the grubs. They can stick around on this top side. They just want to see if they can chunk out Shun enough that he couldn't defend the tower. Sadly, they can't. In fact, lands a wind becomes lightning. Missing, doing a great job on being a tank to the Braum this game.
Back away. He's hit by that depth charge. Also, that Wind Becomes Lightning onto Cube with problematic angle. They can't sit there. That's really problematic. Been slowed down by the Wind Becomes Lightning, but doesn't take the angle in.
While all this is happening, Scout doesn't have the teleport yet. It's coming up in a couple of seconds. Stays in bot side. W will take some camps. But again, I've criticized Missing a lot over the last couple of years. But Missing in this game on the Braum has been very, very good at playing that frontline tank duty. He's not blowing summoners easily. W are throwing a lot of engage into him. W probably shouldn't be engaging on the Braum, but Missing is making it very hard for them to get value out of it. Even doesn't lead to, sadly, the most winning play afterwards.
So what's the idea of that? You aim to one side of the minion?
So no. So I can show you a little bit in diagram. And I apologize to people who don't want to see this and stuff like that on it. The turret's going to go down. In fact, we'll do it when there's a bit more free time afterwards, because they're in the aftertime and stuff. But basically, minions are quite small, champions are quite big. So even though graphically it looks like a champion is stood behind a minion, their hitbox is slightly in front of it, just the edge of it. So it can connect with that part instead, even though it looks like they are safe behind it. Turret will go down for WE. They do have 3 grubs, so the Atacon goes down. They take the mid lane out of turret.
The angle shouldn't keep ordering away. That Atacon goes on down. Hitbox trying to complete this TP. Is he going to get there in time? It will turn up. Now, what about the fight after? He's also here. Winter's fight goes wide. Monkey will warrior trickster over the wall.
WE happy with that trade. They get 2 good towers and inner turret's worth of gold IRL. Shouldn't be stealing away that red buff. Harris, only a level up on him actually. Can potentially look for a charm hit.
Waiting for it, sure. It's quite deep here. Dodges a fair amount. Flashes over the wall. Karras going to now ult over, land charm. Pressing guard still available. Tell you remember with the ult can look to come on in, but pays now around it.
Karras has no ult now.
He can't be there. Flash over. Gets hit by a 3 talent strike. It was all a ruse. The Fox girl is put in the deck.
4 dashes, and you've used all of them going forwards. You have nothing to go back. Monkey going forwards is engaged.
Pays now in danger. Gets knocked up and will not go down. Stays alive. Missing gets huge value. May well die here. It's Cube looking very threatening. Should with the Crescent Guard though, getting a lot of value with Monkey. Hit up with that Braum passive for Winter's fight. The concussive blows stack up. 1 Cube now in danger with Taeyu trying to back away as the Unbreakable comes over. What the hell does Taeyu do there? Aside from eat Braum's present. Pay's still alive. Realm Warp.
It'll close him down. Does he have another counter strike? If he does, but it doesn't matter. Stand behind Braum. Missing keeps Pay's alive. The heart is the strongest muscle, but only just behind that is the arm holding the shield of Braum. Missing, insane value. My MVP from this game by far. Welcome back, Missing. It's been a while since I've seen how Missing plays this fight afterwards. Jumps in, does Monkey onto Pay as he goes forward, but the shield and the heal, we don't even get to see it. That's so sad, but he's going forward anyway. He's getting himself some more kill participation.
Hayes gets another kill, makes it a double, feels a little bit vindicated after the early game. Finally has 2 items and feels a lot happier about life. They lost the last dragon.
Braum just get Karras on a long flank, will be spotted soon.
Worry about some of the CS numbers as well. Check the Gwen, check the Lucian. They'd be getting a lot more farm than I think their opposite numbers have been. Tier 2 just falls, Winter becomes lightning onto Karras, now in danger. Monkey just runs down for the scout who go golden. Buys a lot of time.
Great Braum out,
and then again. The glacial fidget comes on down and Vampire staked once more. Flash over from Scout, gets the roof as Karras now in danger. And Ala snips him in half. Cube needs to run away as well. Can't go anywhere. It's on the ice hockey, on the Jax rather. He's running away from the Audacious Charge, prevents him from backing up. We'll get the counter strike down. It's supposed to be a good matchup for the Jax into the Xin Zhao. But Shun is having none of it. Out comes the Grandmaster's might, trying to find some angle here, but he can empower all he wants. That's not going to mean all that much as Shun keep winning the 1v1 with the top lane. Gets hit by the counter strike, begins to turn it around for 3. Talent strike. And he's out for the count.
He's 2 levels up on the enemy top laner. Shun, a much better game. Baron now started doubly walking over. They don't have Flash on Monkey to get him in range. That's just gone. Baron down, no contest. Dragon up on the for the taking as well. WE not even choosing to rush that on the other side. JDG getting everything.
They don't even lose any HP because of Braum Shield, by the way. They're all basically back at full HP, which makes this very scary indeed. JDG's be a bit wary about a flank angle here. WE for it.
But even then, like, there's a heal and exhaust on Missing. They jump forwards again, and, you know, Missing's in position. You exhaust the Wukong going in. Yeah, look, they're going for a big old flank angle. They've prepared the top lane already, though. They'll take the turret. W too slow to that. They might still go for a fight, but how do you get through Missing in the big old shield?
Charm goes wide, and JDG well aware of potential flank angle and stay long, long ways away from it. Now with the Nexus turret, they're just going to take them. What are you going to do, W? You've got to pull the trigger soon.
Vampire on a long flight, but all he's done is got a sightseeing trick.
And he hits the Braum again, who just does not give a damn. Glacial Fissure comes on down. Vampire is dead. Chimera has his head in his hands, and I cannot blame him. We'll get the clone out briefly. Flash on from Karras, who gets a hit by the bloody shield again. Braum is a wall, and they cannot find the ladders, the sappers, the towers to climb on over it. You need siege weapons, and all you got is sticks and stones. bones, and they break WE's bones. It's 1-1 in the series. Back in my day, we had a stick.